Donald Trump courting minority voters and preaching a message of unity during his weekend visit to Detroit. In the meantime, Trump's Democratic opponent, Hillary Clinton, dealing with the growing fallout stemming from the FBI's release of new documents summarizing her interview about her personal email server. Brian Yennis joins us now from our New York City newsroom with all of this. Brian, let's begin with Trump. How did his visit to this African-American church in Detroit go?
Well, from the Trump campaign's perspective, it appears it was a success in their eyes. Donald Trump laid out what he calls a new civil rights agenda, speaking in front of a black congregation at the Great Faith Ministries in Detroit yesterday. Trump swayed to worship music and read scripture inside, and he spoke from handwritten prepared remarks about how he's going to deliver jobs in safer neighborhoods, all while delivering a message of unity.
We're all created by the same God. We must love each other and support each other, and we are in this all together, all together. I fully understand that the African American community has suffered from discrimination and that there are many wrongs that must still be made right.
While he was welcomed inside, outside there were vocal protesters who shouted, "Go home, Trump." Trump also visited the Southwest Detroit home of Ben Carson, who is now an advisor for the campaign. Dr. Carson spoke about how Trump offers an alternative to the black community, which leans heavily Democratic, on Fox News Sunday.
Well, thank you. This is a subject about which he cares deeply. And what is going to be accomplished is something that many in the Democrat Party fear, and that is an alternative to, promises that are not kept.
Greg, we'll see how that message resonates with the community.
All right, let's turn to Hillary Clinton now. Are we expecting some kind of a response on these newly released FBI notes of her interview with FBI agents anytime soon?
Perhaps. Tomorrow, Hillary Clinton will begin traveling on a larger plane that for the first time will allow the press corps to travel on board with her for the remainder of the campaign. It's a welcomed opportunity for reporters to ask questions about these FBI notes that had just striking revelations, particularly that she said roughly 36 times that she could not recall key specific details about emails, including receiving training on how to handle confidential information. It's been 274 days since she held a press conference. Greg?
Yeah, looks like 40 times she said, "I do not recall." We're going to be talking with Susan Ferricchio and our panel about that later this hour. Brian Yennis. Brian, thanks.
No problem.
40 world leaders meeting in Hangzhou, China today for the G20 summit, reaffirming their dedication to global growth. President Obama seeking to smooth diplomatic relations while he's there. He's holding a bilateral meeting with the Turkish President Erdogan in the wake of July's failed coup attempt. This marks the final G20 summit for President Obama, where climate change and Brexit rank high on the agenda. Also, Hillary Clinton in full damage control mode over the latest revelations from the FBI and her email scandal. Will her actions derail her march to the White House? Stick around, stay with us as we look ahead on Sunday Morning Futures.